Hey, welcome to another session of Let's Chat with your girl, Denisha. Please go ahead, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below.
So
Mm-hmm.
job it was difficult before COVID-19,
Oh my
and
gosh.
there's a stuff they basically cancel the interview because they realize that is visually impaired. But the thing
What?
about they do an interview, they ask for an event coordinator, and to
Yeah.
be an event coordinator, you don't have to because event coordinator is a teamwork, it's a team thing, and I had the qualification. The person look at me
Yes.
straight up and said, "You have the qualification, but how are you gonna see to do the job?"
Thank you for coming over. This is part three of the three-part
How is
series.
it that the system is impacting you guys who has to do these courses online and are blind?
All right, so it have affected us tremendously in terms of I would say maybe more negative than positive because
Mm-hmm.
when normally when you have the face to face, you could go to UA or you go to UTech or Michael, you live on dorm, you go to class, sit down, you listen to what the teacher is saying, maybe record the classes and try your best to be as nice as possible. With online school now, it's not everyone. They are going to universities, not everyone can afford a laptop because most persons who are going to university are the persons who are with disabled
Yeah.
scholarship or it is
Okay.
some form of sponsorship. You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
you may find one or two person who have it okay, but the
Mm-hmm.
majority, like maybe 99%, won't have it okay. So to have the access to internet, access to the technological devices, it's a big issue. You understand? And
Mm-hmm.
where maybe the blind and visual impaired or a wheelchair user will be, I would say, the physical challenge will be okay in terms of accessing the online to a certain extent. Remember, you have
Mm-hmm.
different levels of disability where you have a person who are intellectually challenged. They are more, I would say, hands-on, and because of
Yeah.
COVID, they're not able to do that. Understand? And how long can
Mm-hmm.
you keep a person like that online
And then
engaged?
I am here thinking while
Mm-hmm.
you're talking, I'm here thinking because I've had conversation with the able community and and with the teachers too, and they are having a great challenge with
Yes.
getting the students to be focused and all of that. They are having so many challenges in using the online platform. So I can just imagine how much of a greater
Mm-hmm.
challenge it is for the disabled community. All right, let's
Yes.
talk a little about job because growing up, I would have been exposed to the disabled community, and I realized that normally they tend to be, and I don't know, I don't want to stereotype or anything, but they tend to be more of the poorer class. I don't know if it is
Mm-hmm.
because of job opportunities and all of that. COVID stepped in. How much has that impacted the disabled community, if any impact at all? Mm-hmm.
Most disabled persons are what you call on the poverty line, basically. Understand?
Yeah.
Because of our instability, most of that money that our parents maybe would have to maybe invest in us, going into medical finance and all those stuff. So so from your
Mm-hmm.
born, basically, you've been going to doctor trying to fix whatever problem you have, so to speak. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So
Mm-hmm.
job it was difficult before COVID-19,
Oh my
and
gosh.
there's a spin to it with COVID-19. For example, for me,
Mm-hmm.
um, I got work while I was on campus. You understand? As a student worker. But to get work out there in the mainstream, it was really difficult. I'm telling you, I know persons who, even before my time at you, who had their masters and they never get a good job. It's like someone will give them maybe a 2 months here and a 1 month there. And they are
Mm-hmm.
fully qualified for the job. Some persons will go for into like recently up to last week. I have a friend went to an interview at a government institution. Listen, what I'm saying is a government institution,
Yes.
and they were supposed to replace someone, right? And kind of person maybe go on leave or something like that. So they basically, when he went to the interview, they basically canceled the interview because they realized that he's visually impaired. But the thing about it,
What?
they don't know how much he can do. Yes, and that happened to me. I think back in 2016 as well. I went to downtown to an interview. They asked for an event coordinator, and to
Yeah.
be an event coordinator, you don't have to because event coordinator is a teamwork, it's a team thing. And I had the qualification. The person looked at
Yes.
me straight up and said, "You have the qualification, but how are you going to see to do the job?" and they just give out their resume and they didn't accept me in the building. That's the story of our lives.
Yes.
When you have some
Yes.
disabled persons who get a work, like the hearing impaired and like wheelchair
Mm-hmm.
users, because like for example, hearing impaired get a lot of work in terms of in hardware stores, supermarkets. If you realize, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you would realize that. So they will
Yes,
get
I've
work
seen
like
that.
handy work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they will get and like get a lot of work like wheelchair users get an extent, some of them get work. You understand? But when it comes to the blind
Mm-hmm.
and visually impaired person, I'm very skeptical because they believe that they have to do a lot of adjustment for a blind and visually impaired person, which is not so.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? I've gotten chance to work at institution before, like for a year or two, or a year and two period where I did extremely well, but I know that there was still mumbling around the corner. Persons didn't want me
Mm-hmm.
there, although I was doing exceptionally well. You understand? So there's always gonna be a fight. But with COVID-19 now, it has gotten worse,
Mm-hmm.
and it also opened other doors because guess what? What I love to say, COVID-19 show everyone that they are disabled as well. That's how I look at it, because everybody have a laugh and that's why I say that because then everyone realizes everybody have a problem now where no one can solve really. You understand? So
Yes.
what can you do?
Yes.
So
Yes.
with COVID-19, you have some persons like for example, for me and some of my other friends who are blind and visually impaired, we're audio. I'm audio editor, so to speak. So you
Mm-hmm.
realize that they're getting a lot of work to create podcasts. 'Cause a lot of person doing podcasts and to edit person podcasts and all those stuff.
Yes.
So although it is still difficult, you have one and two person breaking because of COVID-19. You're
Mm-hmm.
doing interviews. I don't know. No one's seeing you. So no one really
Yes.
penetrating that you're blind and visual. They want to know if you can do the work. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So in a sense, that is not good, but yes, it's still creating a way for us to make an
Mm-hmm.
income as well.
One of the many points that you have made, I am walking away with this one, that we need to be educated more about the disabled community, because with education, there will be a better response. Now, this leads me to my final question for this segment. How
Mm-hmm.
do you get a voice? What are the organizations that are there in Jamaica that will give this disabled community a voice? Who is there to defend you? Who is there to talk up for you?
All right, so there are several organizations, non-profit organization. So you have like the Jamaica Society for the Blind who speak out generally for blind and visual impaired persons, but from time to time they go speak about general disability as well. But then also you have the Combined Disability Association, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is the strongest um non-profit arm in Jamaica for disability overall. You
Wow.
understand? And you also have the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disability, which is a part of the Ministry of Labour.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the government arm for the disabled persons in Jamaica. And then each other disabled groups have their own like umbrella groups, for persons like wheelchair users, the Jamaica Association for the Deaf. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
each group in a sense have their own association, but definitely the Combined Disability Association is like the flagship organization
Mm-hmm.
when you think about advocacy for persons who are living with a disability in Jamaica. With that, I hope things will get better, where
Mm-hmm.
both private and public sector will realize that there is a act or a policy out there now that will stand with the voice of the persons who are living with a disability in Jamaica, and I hope things will get better
Awesome.
from there.
Awesome stuff. PhD. So I'm sure that you have your own research doing, or a project in the pipeline doing, or your own organization. Tell us little about your project and your passion and what really it is that you want to do.
All right, so I'm back in the PhD in academics really to spread more information about persons with disability in the Caribbean, because when you're doing research, you realize that you're not finding a lot of information about the Caribbean group.
Yes.
Find stuff about North America, Europe,
Mm-hmm.
UK, and those stuff, but there's no information or little information about the Caribbean disabled group. So I'm looking to look on something like information communication technology and how it has impact life of persons with disability in the Caribbean. So I'm planning to do something that for my thesis. Other than that, I am currently in the process of setting up my non-profit organization. Since I'm in rural Jamaica in Clarendon, Northwest Clarendon, I came back home after all of those years in Kingston
Mm-hmm.
since COVID-19. So I'm here
Mm-hmm.
to community positively with, community of focusing on education and farming. So, the organization is Ambition Jamaica Development Agency. So, persons out there hearing this and want to make this dream a reality in terms of, helping me to make this dream a reality faster, they always can reach out to you, I guess, to me, to get this started. Because by January, you'll be in full force on the registration process right now. I have a group of
Awesome
persons that I'm
stuff.
working with and persons from Jamaica. So, yeah. So things are happening, So we're doing the best that we can.
Thank you so much for coming on the program and sharing with us, educating us about the disabled community that really needs a louder voice. As able people, we can become disabled as well. And so we need to educate ourselves. We need to put the effort in to learn about this minority group that is in Jamaica and worldwide, that is. Thank you again for tuning in to Let's Chat with Denisha. Please like, share, and subscribe, and just share this video. The information will also be in the description box of how you can donate to this project because we want it to become a reality. Thank you again for joining Let's Chat with Denisha.